Aloha, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you may be. I'd like to welcome you to Activate and Elevate with Sheila and Jan. It is March 21st. If you don't know the significance of today's date, it is the first day of 3 weeks of Mercury retrograde. So put on your big girl and boy panties and start reorganizing, releasing, reviewing, giving yourself relief, all those words with re. Now it's time to go into that. Welcome, Miss Jan, down there in the beautiful San Diego area. How are you today?
I am wonderful. Good morning, everyone. That's all.
I love you, Jan. Jan is
love you too.
An amazing woman. I just want all of you, I don't know if all of you know this, but Jan is literally Marcy's right arm. She does have autonomy and lives at her own house, but she takes care of everything for Jan and is crazy busy. And I really conned her into doing this show with me. And I'm grateful to you, Jan, for doing this with me, because I just love hanging out with you. So we decided that we were going to do exploring tools and tech today. And Miss Jan has an amazing document that we are going to screen share with you.
And all right. So I'm doing that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I got this document. I revamped it a little bit. What I've learned is when you're stuck or something, to ask for help, and ask for help from people that are doing what you want or have what you want, or you like what they're doing. And I started following Charity because Charity has a very simple, easy, and duplicatable way of building her business. And she created this document, and it's all the basic forms that Marcy's always talking about. She always has you go to startx39biz.com and shows you where everything is. Well, we put everything together. Well, Charity put everything together on one sheet, and that's what I'm going to show you right now. If I can find it, should be. If you guys haven't ever seen this is Bob Newhart. And if you're ever struggling with anything, you should watch it. It's really funny how he teaches you how to get over a problem really fast. If you go to YouTube and type in Bob Newhart, stop it. It's brilliant. But let's get out of there and find, where is Business at a Glance?
Bottom.
Down
on, yep. Isn't that it? Business at a Glance.
Yeah, here we go. And if anybody wants this, you can email me and I'll send you the document. So what it is, on Mondays at 6 p.m., Kathleen and I do a getting started session for brand new people. It's not something that you have to come to every week. It's only something that you come to like when you're brand new, or if you have a new person. I send this document out to people. And this is going to help you know who's serious, who's not, who to spend your time with, who not to waste your time with. So I send them this document and I tell them to keep it because everything that they need is right here. And if anybody needs help, we're going to show you how to copy and paste and all that good stuff. But this form is, our business website links. So we all know this. What do we use for exposing? startx39now.com. And these are all live. So if I click this, it's going to take me right to the StartX39 Now site, right? Now, let's see if I can get back. Oh, good. So it takes you right to the link. So our next one is startx39biz.com. So when I sign up a new person, I'll send this, I send them an email with their Lifewave website name and their username, because people don't always understand that their lifewave.com/name and then their username is the same. So I really specify. It gives you your Alavita website, which I never even knew we had that until Charity told me about it. And then we talk about the back office resources. And again, we steer people because there's so much information. It's really easy to get lost in all of it. the main thing in the back office resource is they have things in different languages. So if you needed something in Spanish or French or Dutch or whatever, you can find it there. Now here's all the forms that Marcy's always talking about for your clipboard or your folder. So if you click it, again, these are all live links. And then you
Jan,
can just,
pardon me real quick. You are janjrand@gmail.com, correct?
yes.
Okay, I'm just putting that out for people. Thank you.
So you can just click on the link, and if you have a printer at home, you can just go ahead and print out these forms. So when you sign up somebody new and you send them this PDF with all these live links, you just tell them, here's everything you need, just print them out, put them on your clipboard or notebook or whatever. I don't need to go over the forms, do I,
No,
Sheila? Okay.
I don't think
If
so.
anybody wants me to go over anything, just let me know. So I'm just showing you how these are all live links. So here's the order form. So if I click this, it's going to open up the order form. If I want to send the order form to somebody, I just copy, then I right click, copy, and then I can go to my email. And then I would just, compose. Then I right click and I paste. And there's the link. So you can send that right to somebody. Okay. And you can also instant message it. You can text it. Okay, where's my form? Okay, so then here's the patch summary, all the flyer with all the products.
Can you just scroll down to the bottom of that? Because I know that that's been revamped, and I just want people to be aware what else is on there now. We have AccuLife, it shows dog placement and the aromatherapy mist. Okay, so this is an addition to what it used to have on there. Thank you, Jan.
Right. Oh, darn it. What did I do with it? Oh, here we go. Okay. So there's the patch summary, then the envelope brochure. You all know what that is. It's a big picture of the envelope that tells you everything you need to know about it. And then the health tracker. You got your commission hot sheet. So everything you need. The only thing that's not on here that I need to add, but I don't know how to do it that well, is the what to expect. That's also something that you want to have handy. Oops.
And what's really
Sorry.
great about this document, as you can see, section 2, back office resources, section 3, section 4, section 5, first steps for business builders. So if you have someone that you just brought into your team and they have, intimated that, hey, I want to be a business builder, this is a great document for them to have what they need to do. Pardon me, Jan, sorry.
No, so that's okay. And another reason that Charity did this, and this I relate to, because people, the same person will call me, text me, email me several times asking me the same question. Jan, I can't find the gifting link. Oh, can you send that to me again? Charity doesn't babysit people. Charity will say, do you have the email that I sent you? Everything you need is in that email. And she does that for 2 reasons. Number one, because she doesn't want to babysit. But number 2, she's teaching you how to duplicate. So when you send this to a new person, tell them to keep this email, either save it to your desktop or file it someplace, but keep it, because pretty much every question you ask, this document's going to have the answer. So that's all the stuff. That section 4 is all about the clipboard. Section 3, we briefly go over about when you get paid. As soon as you make a commission, you will get an email from the company telling you how to set up your pay portal. There's actually even a video that will teach you how to do it. And then the first steps for business builders, people like, oh, I signed something up. Now what do I do? You want to sit with them either on the phone or on Zoom, or if you live near somebody, go sit with them, have a cup of coffee, and help them make a names list. And this is really where the rubber meets the, road. If somebody's not going to make a list, then you know that they're not serious. You always want to spend your time. You help everybody that wants to help. The people that are calling you, asking you for help, that's where you put your energy. And the people, when you call them back in a couple of days and say, did you print these out? If they say, yeah, that's good. If no, then those are the little things that you watch out for to see who your builders are going to be. And then we've got all the social media tools. Again, there's so much stuff out there. It's overwhelming. So this is just the basic stuff that we need. So join Telegram. And if anyone needs help with that, we're here to help you. The first thing you do is you have to download the app on your phone. There's a link for iPhone and a link for Android. And then once you do that, you go back to startx39biz.com to the Telegram link, and you can join the 2 groups that we recommend right now. You don't have to join all of them. It's the Be Activating Testimonial and the Be Activating Stem Cell Before and After. All the other stuff, you don't want to have somebody join 7 groups because, again, somebody like me, I get overwhelmed really easy.
And one other point about that too is don't just add somebody to the group because they're your new downline member, because I've seen a couple of people commenting and getting really mad about, I didn't sign up for this, I didn't do that. So be respectful to them and ask them if they, can I invite you to join this kind of thing? Okay.
Yeah, I always ask when I'm signing somebody up. I mean, you already kind of have a clue, but I ask them, do you have an interest in building? If they're like, absolutely not, okay. Or would you like me to send you some information that I feel would be beneficial to your situation? And again, I'm planting seeds. And also you want to let them know if they buy a package and have no intention of building a business, let them know that they're going to get an email from the company welcoming them as a brand partner. And to not stress about it. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't make you be a brand partner. You're just in position to be. But as long you haven't given your social security number, you've got nothing to worry about. No one has a gun to your head making you like build a business. But I have had people say, I got this email saying I was a brand partner and I just wanted the package. So kind of give them a heads up about that. So again, so the 2 sites that we have people sign up on initially is the testimonial site and the before and after pictures. And then the Patch On group is specific to my team and Kathleen's team. And I have to admit, I am not great about posting things on there. But we're trying to put pertinent information, not overwhelming, just if somebody has something great that's working for them, we'll post it there. Or, things like that, announcements specific for our team. Then we have the Facebook group, the Lifewave Business Builders, and then the Be Activating Team. And then we've got the YouTube channels, and then, what's this, training videos. Oh, that's the Lifewave In Touch app. So everything that's important for somebody is all on this one document. Does anybody have any questions on this?
Thomas and Beth Ann have their hand raised. If you want to go ahead and unmute.
Yeah, thank you. So Thomas was just telling me there was a point made yesterday on one of the calls about you don't have people go and sign up to the, well,
No, it
no,
was on Facebook and it was on the Facebook pages
on the Facebook pages, they only want people in there that are truly
signed up.
signed up. They're trying to make sure they
Oh.
don't
That was
Don't
in the
have
Be
people-
Activating group. That was yesterday in the Be Activating group. I saw that as well. And I
Yeah.
think it's because people were just adding interested parties. They're trying to, encourage them to join Lifewave. Pardon me. But the Be Activating group is not about that. And they were directed to go to the Lifewave Business Builders group.
Okay, so and my question was, that was from my husband. My question was, Jan, you are showing this document and you mentioned that that one of the links is not the one yet about what to expect.
Oh,
So-
right.
So do you think that Charity has an updated document here that you don't have yet, or?
No, I took exactly what Charity did. Marcy told me she wants me to add the what to expect, and she's right, because that's probably the most important part. If you don't set people's expectations correctly, you know, and that's the thing that I've learned. You know, when I send out a gift now, after I have definitely pre-qualified, I tell them, you know, most people, you're not going to feel anything in 5 days. And I use some of the verbiage that Charity gave me. I love the word. Most people get so hyper focused on the one thing that they want the patches to fix that they miss all the subtle little things that are happening in their body, which is why it's so important for you to use the health tracker. You know, just fill it out. You don't, no one's going to see it. It's, you know, it's not homework. You don't have to turn it into the teacher, but it's taking an inventory so you can catch the little subtle things that it's doing for you.
So
Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, I'm a big proponent of using that health tracker.
Yeah.
So my question is, if I want the most current document, is that going to get updated, and is that going to be found on the biz site?
No, well, not unless Marcy makes her own. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to add the link to the page and keep it as a PDF. So I have to call my computer guy to do it. It's pretty sad. And if there's anybody out there that
The
can
thing
do
is,
that
this
for
is-
me.
This
Or
is
can-
something that we brought in, Jan, Kathleen, we had this conversation. This makes it really easy. We want to be duplicatable. We want to share it. And today, I mean, Jan and I just made the decision to share this with everybody last minute. Okay.
And that's
this is,
lovely. I'm just wanting to get, I have the old version.
I understand,
I'm
but
wanting to get the
my
new one.
point, Beth Ann, is that this document, like I said, we just decided to share it. Marcy's updating the what not to expect on the biz site. She was going to be adding some more proponents into that document, and we are going to do that. And like Jan was trying to say, this is a document that we send to our personal downline, and she asked Charity if she could get it from her, and Charity said yes. Okay, so we don't have the means to change it at the moment. It will get sent, it will get changed, but it's really easy to pick up your phone and text somebody what not to expect link, even though it's not on the document. Right?
And Cynthia asked a question. I think I answered it. Let me see if she needs more explanation. She asked, what do you say when people ask why they got an email saying they're brand partner when they just wanted product? I pretty much answered that. It's just what the company does when you buy a pack, and you just tell them, just disregard it. It doesn't mean anything to you. Only if you chose to build a business, you're in position to, but you don't have to do that. That's why I tell them that they're going to get that email if they've expressed to me that they have no interest in building a business.
And hand in hand with that email, explaining to them about that, you may also want to say, and when you receive your package, it will have information about business building, but you are not expected in any way, shape, or form. Because Kathleen and I have had a couple of people call up and say, hey, I don't want to be a business builder, but Lifewave doesn't have non-packages where they don't send that out. It's all sent to the silver, bronze, etc.
Why is there a separate Alavita website? I don't know. I don't know.
That was what they wanted to do. There's also one for AccuLife for the horses. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a great site. It's especially great if you're in the beauty industry, an esthetician. It just really goes deep into the products and everything. Does anybody have any question or need help with how to copy or paste? Thanks, Jan. The additional words very helpful. Oh, good. Thank you. Sending. She really loved it. She became a bronze.
Yes, you can also put Telegram onto your computer if you want the post bigger. Absolutely. I have it on mine.
It goes over all the ingredients in the skincare and products too. Thank you, Cynthia.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so anybody that wants that PDF, you can email me at janjrand@gmail.com. And just say, please send me the PDF and I will send that to you. Okay, does anybody need help with Telegram, putting it on their phone? Does anyone need help with how to copy and paste, where to find anything? Anything else you want to talk about?
I know Beth Ann had another question, and I didn't mean to cut you off, Beth Ann. I apologize for that.
No,
Maybe-
no one has any questions, nothing?
So
So what is the
website for them now? Cynthia does. I will go find that website, and because I know it's kind of a crazy thing to find, but I'll find it and get it to you. And you can, Cynthia has a question.
Oh, I just wanted to say I did not have another question. I just needed to take my hand down.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Sheila. Hi, Jan. Hi, everybody. Hey, Jan, and Sheila, I so appreciate you sharing this because from another company, maybe Cherry is the same place, received one for another product, exact same format, been getting it for years. And it's so, so helpful because then I just print a hard copy of it and I pull it out whenever I want to know wherever, and have utilized it, sped up all my time sending emails, text, whatever. And another possibility is maybe it could be posted as a PDF to click on say Telegram or whatever, or in the Facebook group or whatever. And then updates could be like posted there of it. Just trying to give a little help here.
So yeah, that Marcy would have to do that. So what I did was I got it from Charity. My computer guy, Colin. I got that from Charity. So I had to take her information and change it to make it more specific for my team and Kathleen's team. I forgot where I was going with this. Oh, I know, which is why I couldn't post this specific one on like Be Activating because it's got the patch on site, which is specific to our team. So
Oh.
Marcy could make one for the general purpose, but we're trying to keep it really simple with just the basic information a new person needs. Like I said, nobody needs to join 8 different Telegram groups in the beginning. It's just too much.
Oh,
So
I totally get it. I totally get it. And I really appreciate that you're even willing, to share it here, because now I won't have to go, oh, it's too hard for me to try and click on that site and try and figure out where the hell this one thing is. See, and then I might not do it. So like you
yeah,
sped
and
me up.
anybody can take that form, and if you're good with that stuff, you can do whatever you want with it. You can add, if you're building a team and you want something different on it, you can add it. But the thing that's so nice about it is that all the links are live. So somebody can just click it, print it, you can send it to somebody. So the purpose is, and I wished I had known this in the beginning, but again, I watched Marcy build this whole thing from scratch, and I never really learned specifically how to build my own team. So the goal is when you sign up a new distributor, you send them the welcome letter. So I have a welcome letter, and in the welcome letter, there's a 9-minute video of me and Kathleen explaining really briefly what the document is, and then an invitation to our getting started session, and then the PDF is attached to it. So the goal is when you sign somebody up and they want to build, to have them forward this letter to all new people. So technically every person that joins that wants to build should get a copy of the welcome letter. So that's what I'm trying to figure out, how to get all these emails of people that are joining my business that I don't know, so I can get them the letter with all that information. I hope that made sense.
Oh, totally. I'm going to shut my microphone off now. there's other questions, topics I could ask, but I don't want to interrupt the flow of where you guys were going.
You can ask, it doesn't sound like people have a lot of questions, so feel free to ask whatever you want.
Jan,
Okay.
wouldn't it be your upline that, wouldn't you make sure the upline gets that letter out? Like, it shouldn't be your responsibility if you didn't
Well,
sign them up.
That's, so I'm basically at the top of my leg, right? So I don't really have anybody to go to other than Marcy. And Marcy's way too busy to do stuff. You know, at some point you got to take responsibility. If you're building a team, you know, you might be waiting for somebody to pop up. That's the leader. And if somebody's not popping up, you got to put your big
No,
girl
that's
pants
not,
on.
I guess that's not what I meant. I understand what you're saying, but if someone saw, let's say, you know, the person who signed me up, she helped me so much in the beginning. Like, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't even probably have, like,
Right.
I would have been so frustrated. So then that's what I do when I sign someone up. I walk
Correct.
them through everything. So
Right.
I wouldn't expect her to do it.
No, it's, if that's what I'm saying, it's the goal is, because I've started this, I've been here for 3 years. So there's a lot of people in my business, like I just learned this a couple of months ago from Charity. I was like, finally, all right, I have to take charge of my own business. What do I need to do? I've been stuck, and I know I'm stuck at presidential. Ooh, poor me. I want to hit, we all want to hit the next level, right? I want to hit senior presidential. And if I'm just sitting here waiting for other people to do something, I'm not going anywhere. So I had to like say, all right, I'm tired. I like what Charity does. I like how she keeps it simple and duplicatable, because I know me, there's a lot of people out there like me that get overwhelmed really easy. You give me too much information and I'm like, forget about it. Tell me, what do I need to know right now? You give me 10 websites that I need to join and I'm like, forget about it. So the goal is, when you sign somebody up, to teach them right. And when they sign somebody up, they should pass on the information. But as you know, there's a lot of people in between, like, you know, you can have 5 people that finally bring in Susie, and those 5 people have disappeared. Now who's taking care of Susie? So you have to take care of your business and know who's doing what. You know, so what I'm trying to do now is gather all these emails from people that are in my organization and get them this welcome letter. I don't know if what's going to come out of it, but I have to try, right? I have to do
I
something.
understand.
And
So,
I'm going to share screen, and well, yes, I'm going to share screen because I have a welcome letter that we do send out. At least this is Kathleen and Mai's initial to everybody that we know is not going to be a business builder. Okay. Aloha, Monica. Welcome to Lifewave. I'm catching up with sending out your login info. Here's her replicated site, how she can log in, her username, her password, customer services phone number. Please visit the website. Hold on here. Let me move that. Please visit the website, Start X39, et cetera, okay? There's startx39now.com, startx39biz.com, just in case. It's not as in depth as that PDF that we have. But this is the quick and dirty one that Kathleen and I use. I don't know, Jan, if you use something similar to this.
well, we have the one that you helped us make.
That's this.
No, this is
No?
different.
This is
Oh, I don't have one that I send to people that aren't building, but if you would send this to me, I'm going to use it.
I sure will. I sure will.
That's
So
that's great.
so that's just for, you know, for the people that are like, there's no way I'm going to build. Okay, great. You don't have to build. We don't need to build. That's all good. And it lets them still have links and connections, because I get phone calls a couple of times a week from people that say, oh, I'm not builders, but my friend wants information. So they can just send that info to them. Sil asked a question about the binary placement, how to sign someone up. And so we're going to go do that right now. Okay. This is my granddaughter's site, so that's why you'll see there's nothing over there. She's not building. Okay. When you come down to, you go to organization, hold on, this little thing needs to really move. There. That up there. All right, we come to organization, we click on binary tree. Now, this is probably not the one that would be the best example. Let me go to a different one.
Jan,
I need some points on one leg, so oops.
Someone just asked me a question.
Yeah, it sounded like it.
never mind, thank you. Hey, Sheila, I know you took time to make this letter and we're all asking you for it, and I know that you spent all the time to do it, so I apologize. You know, I guess I shouldn't ask for it. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't have problems sharing with people, Jen. Okay.
Jen, the one thing about network marketing, it's all about rip off and duplicate. You see something, if you see something you like, you take it and you use it. That's how it's done.
Yeah.
You know, Charity didn't mind sharing everything that she's done to be successful. Marcy shares everything that she's done to be successful. That's in any network company I've ever been in. That's what you hear, rip off and duplicate.
Yeah.
But I always give credit, you know, I tell people, like Marcy always says, oh, and the Bob Campbell script, you know, I finally found, she always gives credit, but we all use it.
Exactly. Okay. So we're going to take a look at how to put somebody on the binary tree. All right. Let's go over here to the real-time qualifications. You can see my husband has 145,354 points on his left leg, and he only has 475 points on the right leg. Which leg should we build on?
Right.
Right, that is correct. So we click down to binary tree viewer under our organization, and there's Gary. Okay, that's Kathleen's dad, and that's my granddaughter over there. But what we want is we want to get to the very bottom of Gary's right leg. So we hit bottom right. And this is the last person he signed up, Ruby. And we click right underneath her, okay, on the outside, because that outside is going to continue to keep building underneath Gary. And then you just go ahead and pick your package and enroll them. Now, I know that you were asking about whether the computer will put them on the left side or the right side. When you, let's see, where is that at, Jan? I think it is.
Go right next to the little arrow next to Gary's
Yeah.
name.
Change settings. Yeah. And if we scroll down, let's see where.
At the very bottom. Yep.
So it says, what is your binary placement preference when you begin sponsoring new members? Sponsor those new neighbors too. I got a couple down the street I got to go check in with, actually. So we saw Gary has 145K on his left. Well, we're not going to have the computer put them over there, by itself. We want them to go on the right. So you hit build right. And all of my, all the SPDs that I know, the upline that I know, everybody says to, oh, and I can't, how do I stop sharing that?
You just close the window.
Close the window.
Close this one page.
Oh, okay. No, it's,
Oh, no, sorry.
okay, so let's see.
I thought you were on the add the package page.
I
Closed that. Sorry.
I can't get back. Get him back. Get him back. What in the world? It's not letting me. log off. Can you can you hit my screen share or something for me, Jan? Resize window to display participants video. I don't want to do that. Holy God in heaven.
It won't let you come out?
It's not letting me find the controls. Yeah,
You want me to,
yeah, see what you can do, like take me off of it or,
this will stop other sharing. Do you want to continue?
yeah, hit stop sharing, yeah.
Okay, so now we're back to my screen.
There we go, there we go. Okay, let's see. In touch, I don't understand what I'm sending. How can you send from other media? Would you please send out the welcome letter? Marcy said that rip off and duplicate is too much. Works differently from the, yeah. There, okay. So I hope that that was a little bit helpful. Sil, did you get that? Did you understand that process?
Yeah, I can see that. Now, what about building inside? Do we need to build inside?
No.
Oh,
Okay, okay. Yeah,
then
I
you'll turn into an octopus.
Oh.
So you always want to build far left. Here, I'm gonna share so you can share screen. Share. Oh man.
It's Mercury retrograde, kids. I mean, this is what computers are all about on Mercury retro, right?
Sign in.
So if someone was to click that join button on Jan's screen that we see right now, that is where the computer is going to decide which leg to put, and how I showed you to build right on my husband. That's where that would happen.
Yeah, I have mine set permanently on right.
Yeah, so anytime somebody would go into your site and log in, wherever you have that set, it's automatically gonna put them there. That's why I was taught by Marcy to always go to organization, go to binary tree view. Now, this is the one thing that confuses a lot of people. Okay, so I'm in my friend's back office. So let's say I want to build her bottom right. So if I click bottom right, it's going to take that very bottom person. Now let's say, oh, I want to go left. This isn't your left leg. This is Sue's, this is this person's left leg.
Oh.
We're now in the right leg of Sue. So this is her bottom right. So if I go up one level, so now this person, this is their left leg. So Melissa, so this is Melissa's left leg. This is the right leg. This is the bottom of Sue's right leg. So if I go all the way back to the top, so here's Sue. Sue would never want to put somebody like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Because then she turns into an octopus. This is this person's responsibility.
Okay.
Laura Reyes was put in by me, and she wasn't a builder. She just uses the product. So now if I put this person, so now he's on the top. Now this is his left leg. This is Sue's right leg. It's not Sue's left leg.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, yeah. That's why you see all those pluses and you think, oh, do I need to put someone there?
No,
No.
then you're turning into an octopus. You always want to stay far left and far right. So that's why you need to remember, if you ever click bottom right, don't think that this is your left leg. This is her left leg.
Okay.
If you want your bottom left, you would go click bottom left.
Okay.
Thank
you.
Yeah.
And those little blank boxes that we just saw underneath that one person, that means it was somebody that was purged in that last year at some time they went through, and if somebody hadn't ordered in a year, they turned them into PCs.
Oh.
Right. So I actually have somebody in my business who hasn't done anything. So in a couple of months, it'll be a year since he's ordered, and I want him out of my tree because that's going to help my generation match. He's blocking me from making money just by being in that position. I don't know if that made sense, but I need him to not be there because he's not doing anything. So he's stopping me from getting money from my second generation because he's there.
Okay.
And you
he's
can't
your
get rid of
personal-
them?
Huh?
You can't get rid of them? You can't just out him if he's not ordering?
I've tried to contact him to ask him if he would do that for me, and he never answers me. So
Oh.
now I have to wait for the company for the 12 months to be up, and then I'll ask if they could just take him out of the tree.
And that's, he was your personal enrollment, right? And that's why it
No,
affected.
okay, so I had a friend that was in and she died. And she had sponsored somebody, so that person is now my first generation, and he sponsored this guy who's not doing anything.
Okay.
So if I could get him out of the way, I would tap into my second generation of money.
I see. Okay. And
Oh,
that's one of the important things, is to understand your generation levels, especially as you're up in the higher ranks like Jan is, because that literally is affecting her income, right?
costed me money. Yeah, I
Um,
even offered him money and he never responded.
Wow. So, Julie, you asked, when someone signs up as a customer and then they want to do the business, do they have to sign up as a bronze, or do they first cancel as a customer? No, you can sign them up as any level of package, bronze to diamond, but you have to they need to contact customer service.
Customer
and
service.
to say, I'm canceling out my personal, my
Or
PC.
they can just say, I want to upgrade. I'm a PC, I want to upgrade to a package, and the company will do that for you, but they have to call themselves. I tried to do that for somebody and the person had to be on the phone.
Yeah, and I mean, I've upgraded PCs. My friend, he just went in, I sent him the link to pick out the package he wanted, because he's been in the system now for 2 years as a preferred customer, and he finally decided he's building. And so I just gave him the link, my link, directly to the site, that page in the back office where you pick your packages. And then he was able to do it. But I had already told him, you still have to call personal or customer service, because they don't, what happens is that they generate an entirely new number that is your personal, distributor number. And so they have their old PC one, but then they need to get the distributor number, brand partner.
You would think that I wish the company would put on the preferred customers page an upgrade button. I would like to upgrade to a brand partner, and just click that, and then all their information would just transfer, and then they could pick the pack. But if you go in and just set up a new account for somebody, you won't be able to use the username, you won't be able to use their email. So it's easier just to call customer service and say, hey, I'm a preferred customer. Can you just upgrade my account to a brand partner? I want to come in on the silver or
And
whatever.
then Jan, do they get to keep the other login info and stuff?
Yes, everything
Oh.
else is the same. They just upgrade them.
Beautiful. I wasn't aware of
Yeah.
that. So that'll make it
That's
easy.
why it's easier to just call instead of starting over and putting in all their information, and then you have to get a new email, and it's a pain in the neck. And it's
that-
confusing.
That customer service phone number is on that document, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Leola, what's your question, hun?
Hi, I was just going to say, I just, and if they do, they leave everything the same, and it's a real smooth move, but you just have to have them on the phone, and their information stays the same. Their ID changes is the only thing, because they have to close out the other account.
Okay. So the ID changes, but your login, your back office, site, whatever you've chosen, that
Email, everything is the same.
email's the same.
Oh,
Perfect.
thanks for letting us know.
Yeah, appreciate that, Leola. Any other questions that we could help you guys with today? Cynthia.
Yeah, so this one's a little strange. I have a person who bought, I see your face, you're making me laugh. Sorry. Jan, you too. Okay, so I have this person she couldn't afford, to sign up. So she was buying individual patches for me, 5 or 10 at a time. And so it the from January 21 back to the end of 2019, she went through maybe 3.5 sleeves of X39 and a sleeve of Aeon and Nirvana and Silent Night. Okay. And all she had was like pain in her body, and she probably had some diabetic blood sugar issue thing. Okay. But she wasn't having like detox or anything. And so, she loved what she got. Then she got diagnosed with some kind of lymph cancer, she thinks from Roundup. So she couldn't do anything. And she stopped doing her radiation in February, and she stopped doing her chemo like maybe 6, 8, 9 months ago. So out of the blue, I would text her every so often, probably sent some link of some meeting you guys sent or whatever. She goes, "Oh, I want to remove the chemo from my body." So I talked to her and I said, "Well, I have this video of this person." So I sent her Marcy's video. I had to spend a lot of time searching for the one that I wanted. And I sent Marcy's, before and after pictures. And I thought, oh, this will be great. But it's the only one I have where somebody talks about getting the chemo out. So is there any other video I could find or testimonial where somebody's talking about removing chemo from the body? Because of course she says it's affecting her brain, and I showed her briefly, the study, it was, done on the brain. And I did, meet with her a couple of days ago. So that's like question one. Any other people talking about getting chemo out? And if there's not, okay, fine. And then number two, which I didn't realize because she had, no problems using the patches before. I put an X39 patch on her because originally I was going to say, oh, you know what? You probably really love this energy patch because I just recently learned it cleans out the lymphatic system. And that's when she said, oh, I have this lymph cancer, probably from Roundup. And I go, oh, look, she's really, really talking to me. So all the stuff you guys have been saying on these calls that I've been getting, I'm seeing, wow, I'm learning better how to get them to talk to me and tell me their stuff, right?
Mhm.
I don't have to memorize all the details of the fancy title of what they have, but I got the concept. But when I showed up for her because she had all these complaints about the pain in her knee and her shoulder, I said, well, let me try the X39 patch on you because you've never tried that. It'll just be one free one for me, and then we'll get you your energy. And she wanted some X39. So I put the 49 on her, and she's able to like move her shoulders in front of me in a few minutes, and she's loving that. And I said, well, eventually it'll go down, to your knee. So you might want to consider getting this, as a patch down the road because she's like 74. So then she says, okay, give me some of those. And she didn't want the energy. And I said, well, what about cleaning out your lips? No, I want 39 and I want some 49, like 5 of each. I said, okay, fine. We'll meet again in a week. Here's the energy one. So I told her that night, make sure you drink water. And she drank 24 ounces of water. And I knew she was dehydrated. And I only let her wear the 49 for 6 hours, not the full 12, because I don't know what kind of immune system she's got now from chemo, radiation, and whatever else, messing stuff up. So then I asked her the next day, how she was doing. And she said she had trouble going to sleep, which obviously the toxins were keeping her up. And then when she woke up the next morning, like her knee was hurting even more. And I said, okay, you were dehydrated, didn't drink enough water. And I'm so sorry. You don't have a working immune system like you did before. Maybe you can do like an hour. And next time, in a day or two, we'll just have you try, X39. So since I didn't realize a person with cancer, if I knew them before and they could handle a patch, now after this stuff, these treatments, now like they can't. So that isn't really my question, because I'm sure other people maybe have experienced this with persons having one kind of more positive health and then having this other thing. But my initial question was, are there any other chemo testimonies? And by the way, it's because of you guys, I now have this person coming back. Yay, thank you.
All right, I'll check. Cynthia, just email me what you're looking for, and I'll, and you can too if you have Telegram. You can go to Telegram. You can go to Dr. Stacy's YouTube channel and search and see if you can find something. Just email me and I'll see if I can find something for you.
Well, see, if nothing comes to mind off the top of your head other than the great way Marcy said it, then that's probably all there is. I didn't really bother to take the time to do the other stuff because I wanted something as great as Marcy's, and if you guys aren't saying anything right now, then there probably isn't.
So
Um,
I would, I don't have a video for you. Marcy's is pretty great. But I would
Yes.
suggest the possibility of talking to this lady about glutathione, because glutathione is it's the base building block of our immune system. And if her immune system is shattered, pardon me, then you want to build that up. And again, doing it with 1 hour, 2 hours at a time, because that immune system is so fragile, right? But to me, the biggest thing I can hear is she really needs more water too. I mean, along with the use of the patches.
Of course.
I'm
And
battling that dehydration still after 4 weeks. Okay. You got to take care of hydrating your body correctly.
wow, so you're still feeling the effects of dehydration after 4 weeks from what you said. Well, see, I'm going to tell her that because, you know, every person I'm coming through that starts to patch and then they get a detox reaction, even though I told them about drinking water and all, they fight me so badly on this. Oh, I drink all this water, whatever. And I explain, but you know, David says the cells are all tiny when you get older, so it doesn't absorb as much. So the 1 cup you drank, now you have to drink 4. And they just stare at me like I'm some idiot. And then I have to let them experience detox with the thing and say, well, see, I told you, you know, you're laughing. I know.
You know what? It's true. It's true. And the reason I'm still battling dehydration is because I've been flying over to Oahu back and forth visiting with my great granddaughter and granddaughter. And when you fly, you get dehydrated. So I literally in the last 3 days have drank 3 bottles of Pedialyte. Okay. And I found organic Pedialyte, so it doesn't have all of the dyes and crap in it. But yeah, if you want something more, like Jan said, send her an email. She can help you out with that. Okay, Cynthia?
Can I
Okay,
say
thank you so
something?
much.
Yeah, Julie, go ahead.
I'm listening to y'all. And I know you all know that too, that glutathione is a detoxification. So, and you're right, if she wears it for a couple of days, you know, off and on, you know, which is going to detox her body. Didn't Marcy talk about the fact that she had so many metals in her mouth that she could taste them?
Yes.
That was one thing. And the other thing is too, is that if she doesn't like water, I have this picture, and in the middle of it is this container that I put fruit in. So if she doesn't like water, put fruit in it, and so that she can at least get the water with a taste that she enjoys drinking, or tea, you know, green tea, you know. It's really not all that hard. It's just that you have to get people to buy into it. And, you know, that's the problem. It's not so much what we can do to help them, it's what they're going to do for themselves.
That's right. That's
Yep,
right.
the old saying, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink.
Yeah, but that
Some-
horse doesn't always want to drink, and you know what? He may not like that water either. Who knows?
That's true. Kathy, what's your question for us, hon?
Wait just a second, I'm unmute myself. Well, when I hear that somebody is on chemo and radiation and all that, and then they've decided to go off of everything, there are a couple of things that alert me. One is, why is this person doing this? Have they decided that they don't want to do the standard traditional medical treatment and they'd rather do something that's holistic? Or have they decided that this is their time to let go of life? So I'm not going to take responsibility for their decisions, but I will offer, you know, to tell them we have the patches and that they're very helpful, but that also, if they're not going to do the chemo and the radiation, you know, I don't know if they've got metastases or what else is going on, that there are lots of holistic practices that she could do in addition to just taking the patches. So I would be mindful of not taking responsibility for this person's recovery from cancer. It can be very seductive. I'm a nurse and I'm a holistic nurse, and I had a patient who came to me and she said she only wanted energy healing and she wasn't going to go to the doctor. And I told her, well, I can't treat you until you go to the doctor and get a diagnosis, and then you can decide what you want to do. So it sounds like this woman has already been to the doctor. She's had her diagnosis, which is great. And she has the right to choose any kind of treatment that she wants. But I just want to remind everyone to not be seduced into being this person's primary caregiver, especially if you don't have a medical background. So just a little warning, that's all. That's all. Thanks.
Are you just saying that for people who have cancer or for people in general?
Well, actually, we're talking about this person who has cancer, but it could apply to other people who have serious illnesses. So that we, in our own minds, need to be mindful of we are providing something that can be very, very helpful to people and that can help them heal, which may be way better than what they're getting in Western medicine. But it can be seductive to start believing that you're the savior now. And we're not.
I
We're
don't think that any of us, I
think-
certainly
I
don't
think
feel
we
that
do.
way.
No, and
No, I don't think most people do that, but I do know that there are some people who take more responsibility for their client than what they should. So
And-
I'm just bringing that up for people to think about.
Yeah,
and
we have to
I
remember.
appreciate-
I'm
I-
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
So the big thing about that too is that, one, we do not diagnose, prescribe,
Treat.
or treat, okay? And if anybody on this call does, you better be a physician, okay? Because that's the only people that can diagnose, prescribe, and treat, not us. And Cynthia did put a response, Kathy, in the chat about that
Okay.
lady. So, you know, none of us, one of the things that through all of my training with my neuroenergetic practitioner program and stuff, you are only responsible for yourself and you are only obligated to take care of yourself. And people that abdicate responsibility for their physical health, their emotional health, their mental health, that is their abdication, and it does not give you the right to pick up the sword on their behalf and to try to make them do anything, because you're going to lose. Okay, that's the way of life. You will lose. It's like Jan said, you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Okay, so that's a really important, and it goes hand in hand with the whole lesson of if you are going to be, you know, by family or friends, oh, you're full of crap, those patches are full of crap, leave me alone. Turn around and walk away and don't take it personally.
Right.
Okay? Because what you're doing is you are offering somebody a gift for them to increase their own health. Okay? Now, if I'm a mom and I have little kids that I want to patch, that makes me responsible for putting those patches on. If I am a caregiver of someone that is living in my home or whatever like that, you know, where I go to their house and they have agreed and they can't physically put the patch on, you bet I'll help them with that. But it isn't my job to go to my downline and to tell them every day, hey, are you patching? Because you have this condition and it needs this. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jan, any other nuggets of gold from you this morning? It's been a cool call walking all over the spectrum.
No, I'm just going to share. I don't know if I should, but I always get in trouble. And I just learned this. So if you ever have somebody like that really wants to build and they really don't have any money, they can buy a spot on the tree for the $25 business built. You know, you can like buy the spot and they can make the commission. So it's like if you come on the tree and you just paid for the $25 and you sign up 3 silvers, you would make $150. So you could actually come in for the $25, sign some kits up and make enough money for you to buy your own kit.
Really?
I didn't know that. So
And
just,
Cynthia says, yes, I had to do that when I first started. So we have someone on the call right now that has done that.
yeah, it's just nice to know because there are people out there that, you know, can't afford to get started, but they really want to, and that's just another way. And here's another little thing that I learned. I don't know if I should be sharing this. But if you've ever met somebody that says, oh, I love to do this, but I can't make any money right now because it's going to mess up blah, 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 they can start building. And as soon as that, whatever, like I met a lady and she couldn't make any money until next October. I'm like, okay. And I learned this from Peter. So she could come in and she could make all this money, but until she puts her social security number in there, that money's just going to sit in her account. She's safe. So let's say October comes around and she has $1,000 sitting in there. She could put her social security number in, then pull the money, and it doesn't matter that she earned it through that time. It's when she pulls it out.
When she
So
receives
that's
a payment that counts.
just,
And that's
yeah.
brilliant, Jan. That is a brilliant thing because I have come across people like that too. I have a couple of people in my downline. They have bought packages and they have said, I'm not building because I can't go over this, you know, their social security or whatever it is.
Mhm.
So that's brilliant. Thank
So
you.
those are just two little things that I've learned, little tricks for special people that might need a little extra help here or there. So
That is
am I
brilliant.
supposed to share that stuff? Will that get me in trouble?
Who
Sheila?
knows?
Don't show it to Marcy.
Right? That's just our secret. I'm not sure. Well, thank you everybody here for joining us today. And as always, you can share this call with your downline by going to youtube.com/Sheila Hay Maui Lifewave. If you subscribe, you'll get notices when the new calls get uploaded there. And it's a really great thing because you are able to go through. I clearly label what our conversation is about, and you can check it out and you can send it to different people that may be needing help with going down to that bottom leg and pushing that person's name into the binary tree on that 1+. So again, thanks so much. We really appreciate you for joining us today, and get out there and shine your light. Okay.
And if anyone has a suggestion for topics for us, we're happy to take them.
Yeah, we are open to taking them. We might not always do them, but we're open to taking them, right, Jen? All right, everybody, have a blessed and
All right.
Girl.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so
Bye-bye.
much, both of you. Love